What's up guys, it's Lights here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video of my ToA Hard auto team. So basically this is a team that I've already showcased because it was also the ToA normal 100 auto video, or not 100 but ToA normal auto video, and I mentioned in it that it can also auto ToA Hard, but I wasn't high enough in ToA Hard yet to show you an example. Well, now I am far enough. I already completed 100, and I used this team to auto most of the stages in between 1 and 100. There were a few stages that it couldn't auto, some of the boss stages being some. It could not auto 100 itself. 99 it could not auto. I know that for sure. I don't remember exactly which ones I couldn't auto, but I do remember there's a couple that were a little tricky to auto, like some that had like ignore defense kind of things, or something that made it so I couldn't auto it. And some of the boss stages, like I know I didn't auto this for 90. Here's 80. I don't think I autoed 80 with this. But anyways, like I said, it doesn't auto 99. This Leo Verd Spectrith team is too hard for it to auto, but this team right here, it should be able to auto, so I'll show you it, and it should take a while if I know ToA Hard. And so I'm gonna be starting to edit my videos a lot more now. I haven't done it a lot in the past, so I'm not gonna be super good at it. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of editing, and I mean, this is going to be super basic editing, just basically when I don't have anything else to say. I'm just going to speed it up so you guys don't sit here and watch, but I'll explain this team and replacements for it, as well as what kind of like skill ups and all that you need.
That's boring. You're boring everybody. Quit boring everyone.
So basically the first thing here is a lot of people would want to use the Barretto lead in ToA, and I think Barretto lead's good, but if you are autoing, then the HP lead gets pretty nice sometimes. So I mean, you could use whichever lead you want, but for me, I found better success when I used Vero lead. And first, okay, so I'll just stick with the Vero for now. My Vero is completely max skilled. I don't think you need a max skilled to do this, but I do think you need the second skill max to do this, because you need the cooldown reduced as well as you need the stun rate to go up. So I don't think the first skill is necessary to be max, but the third skill is, or sorry, second skill. And I mean, I'm sure you guys know what Vero's passive does, but it's really important to have some sort of cleanse in this to cleanse any like defense breaks or whatever, speed debuffs, glancing hits, whatever that might be on you. Of course, this doesn't cleanse stun, so having something that cleanses stun would be nice, but Vero's nice because he cleanses and he stuns. So in terms of if you did want a replacement for him, I would think, even though Velojewel doesn't stun, Velojewel would probably be a really good option for a replacement for Vero. But I mean, Vero's farmable, so a lot of you guys are going to be able to have this. And you'll notice that there's no nat 5s in this team, and the only monster here that will be like impossible to obtain if you don't already have it is Arya, because it's a light nat 4. So if you didn't get it from one of the Hall of Heroes, then you will likely not get it ever. So sorry about that if you don't have one. But there is replacements for Arya, and I'll get into that later. So, but right now I'll go to Chisoon. My Chisoon has both the second and the third skill maxed, and the first skill isn't. I'll show you the runes and the skill ups on all these guys after, just because I'm not exactly positive on what they are. But I'm pretty sure Vero has 0 stun, or not Vero, or Chisoon. I'm pretty sure has 0 skill ups in the first skill. So, yeah, the glancing hit pretty much never applies, from a combination of the skills not maxed and the accuracy on my Chisoon is like 11% or something, because I don't care that much about the glancing hit. So Chisoon I'm sure you guys realize what Chisun's there for. She's a healer, and that's pretty much all she does, and that's all she'll ever will do. But she's super good at healing. But so if you really do want to replace Chisun, I mean, your best healer is your best option. But I like Chisun because A, she has double heals, which is really nice. And B, a lot of times in ToA, one monster will get focused down, and Fallen Blossoms will make it so that one monster can get taken to like 5 HP. And Chisun can heal them up to, what's it called? About whatever HP she has. And so, hopefully this doesn't fail here. It didn't revive Chisun. It always revives whoever's the farthest to the left. So when Vero dies and then Chisun dies, it's not good. But so this might prove that this team did not auto 98, and it would make sense why, because there's light ignore defense, and if Vero dies and then Chisun dies, it's pretty much the end of the run. And so Vero died again, which means Beretta is going, or not Beretta, Breon is going to try and revive Vero again. If he even gets the revive off, which he's not, I don't think he's going to. Okay. So let's go to 97, and we'll see what happens here. So I remember this stage. The second stage, is light and dark salamanders, which are immune to, what are they immune to? Stun? Is this gonna survive, or is this gonna like instantly die again? I wasn't taking note of the kinds of stuns and stuff that happened. It's possible that I got like 0 stuns on Vero, but this looks like it's probably gonna be a wipe. Chisun has her heal up. I know that, the Amuse, but she uses that, which was really not the right move to make. Okay, well now she got Amuse up, and 2 stuns from Vero. Not great. And then Breon just awoke the thing out of sleep. Okay, anyways, I'll talk about Arya. Arya has 3rd skill maxed. 1st and 2nd skill aren't maxed. Ideally, you could get the 1st skill maxed so you can get the sleep rate up on the 1st skill, because the sleep goes up to like 85% when it's maxed, and I don't know what mine's at now. I think it's at like 70% or something. Like, I'm only missing 1 skill up, so I think that means it has 70% activation. But Arya would be nice to have max skills on. But Arya's there because the AoE speed debuff and glancing is super nice, as well as the 1st skill sleep is really good. I've seen people who use Spectra instead of Arya, and it should work fine, but I'd imagine Arya works better. Arya's a little squishy, but Spectra's even squishier, so it's not that big of a deal. Also, you could use Mav instead of Arya. And whether you use Mav or Arya, I would say should really just come down to which one has better runes. I would say between my Mav and my Arya, my Mav might actually have better runes now, but when I did ToA, my Mav wasn't 6-starred yet. I don't know for sure that Mav works, but I assume he works. Beretta, I'm sure you guys know what Beretta does in ToA. The turbulence is super nice on boss stages, but on these trash waves, Beretta's basically there to make it so the runs don't take too long. Because if you didn't have Beretta, these like honestly, one stage like this could probably take you about like an hour or so. And then Breon, if you ask me, Breon's probably the best reviver in ToA, but there is other good options. The reason Breon's so good is because A, he's got an AoE attack break, which my Breon, the only skill that's maxed on him is the 3rd skill. So I don't have the harmful effect rate or the cooldown on the 2nd skill. So Breon could definitely be improved, but it does work without the skill ups. We'll see what the Zyros Jemire stage does, because if I get super unlucky, I will not use any of my skills. Zyros will reset me, and then Jemire will reset Zyros, and then he'll reset me again, and then it might be a wipe. But I'd have to get some pretty bad derps for that to happen, and it would be pretty unfortunate if that did happen. But it is ToA hard. Sometimes I would fail a stage and I would redo it, and it could auto it the 2nd time around, but it's just sometimes you get unlucky sometimes. Sometimes you miss debuffs, you'll derp, whatever. This Zyros did happen to derp right there, but so did at least some of my team. I imagine this is in the back. This isn't even like a semi-auto team, is that what you call it? Like a team where you like pick the monster you want to attack. That Zyros did a ton of damage right there, but he is out of firepower. He used both of his AoEs already, and I got my heal up again. So I don't see how I'm gonna lose from here, really. Brionne, the other reason he's good is because his revive, when he revives them, he makes the attack, or not the attack, the HP levels equal on everyone, which makes it so the enemies aren't gonna just instantly target the guy who just died. They have a chance to target someone a little tankier, maybe. And so that's basically why I believe he's the best ToA reviver. Eladriel might be okay, but he would make himself go down to half HP, which would make it so there's a good chance he would die right after he revives, and then you don't have a reviver anymore. But so Brionne is going to be pretty tough to replace, at least in my opinion. And out of all these guys on the team, he's probably the hardest to replace. Because Beretta and Vera are farmable, so I mean you can definitely just go ahead and get them. And Beretta is definitely easy to use something else. So that run took about 10 minutes. I'll show you all the runes and stuff. And hopefully this helped you guys. I'm assuming most of you have Arya, because she did have a Hall of Heroes. And if you're already doing ToA Hard, then you likely were playing when Arya Hall of Heroes was out last year. And then Vera and Beretta are farmable, and you guys probably already have them. But so Chasun and Brionne are the only two here that you may or may not have. And hopefully you do have them, and if you don't, I don't know. I can't auto ToA without Chasun and Brionne. So that's just me. But I'll show you the runes anyways. Here's Vero. I could put my best runes in my whole account on my ToA Hard team, but I didn't need to beat it, so I didn't. Preferred sets, violent, whatever, energy, guard, focus, whatever you got. Of course, on all these guys, max skill is preferred, but you only need second skill on Vero. I already explained that. Accuracy cap in ToA is 45, so try and get 45. This amount of speed, HP, and defense is enough for it to do the job in ToA. And this is without a violent set as well. So I have him on speed, HP, and defense. I think HP slot 6 would be preferred, but I don't have it, so that's just what happens sometimes. Here's my Chasun, who is on violent. Violent Nemesis would be preferred, but if you don't have Nemesis, whatever works. Energy, guard, endure, focus, whatever. As you can see here, I've got second and third skills maxed, but the first skill only has one skill up, and it still works. My Chasun's on 70 resistance, which is nice, but I don't know. I feel like resistance doesn't work on PvE. I feel like it only really works in PvP. Maybe that's just me imagining stuff, but I just feel like all the AI, like all the dungeons and ToA monsters already have like 100 accuracy or something. But you can see how fast it is, how much HP and defense it has, and that does the job on a violent set as a solo healer. So yeah, these runes aren't that bad. Of course, you could get way more HP on your Chasun because her heals is based off her HP, so that would be preferred. But I have mine on speed, HP, and HP. And you can see here, these two runes are only 5-star. So, they're not insane runes. Here's my Arya. I'm holding it, but it's not working. Okay, Swift Energy. Preferred is Despair Revenge because she has an AoE, so she could Despair proc on it. And then Revenge, because her first skill would have a chance to sleep and stun if you had Despair. But you can see the skill ups. Third skill maxed, second skill has 3, and this one has 6. So I'm missing the most important skill up on the first skill, but I'm living with it for now. I got more than enough accuracy. You only need 45. This speed and HP and defense is enough for her to survive. Arya is the squishiest one on the team, and my Arya does die a lot. Preferably, you could get way more HP on your Arya, but I wasn't able to get it on mine. So mine's on HP, accuracy. And once again, 6-star or 5-star HP runes. You can see these runes really aren't that insane, but they are good enough to get me through ToA. Here's Beretta, who's ruined pretty nicely. He's completely max skilled. I don't think you don't need skill ups at all to do the stages, but you might want the second skill maxed for some of the boss stages. But all the like trash stages, it's nice to have skill ups so you can kill it quicker, but it's not necessary. Mine's on Despair Guard. It'd be better to get him on Despair Revenge so that if you get you can potentially revenge and stun on the revenge. But Guard worked. You can see he's got max accuracy. With that amount of speed, HP, defense, he could survive. So it worked. And then my Briand, who's on Despair Revenge, which is pretty much preferred. You could do Violent on Briand too, so you could get his revive up more and his attack break. But I thought Despair sounded pretty good, so I did it. He's got max accuracy. He's not insanely fast, but he's okay. I've seen way tankier Briands, and as your reviver, you do want him tanky, because if he dies, you can basically just quit the run, and with this amount of HP, he does die every there and then, but, you know, just sometimes you get bad RNG, and so when I died, I just blamed it on RNG, and I did it again, and eventually it would win. But this amount of HP, defense, and stuff is enough. I got mine on speed, HP, HP. You could do slot 2, you could do HP on. I was kind of deciding whether it's more important to get the speed or the HP, and I decided the speed, but you can do HP too. And I think I forgot to show 2, 4, and 6 on Beretta. I have speed, HP, HP. But so that, oh, let me say the skill ups. I've seen people who actually do Briand without the 3rd skill maxed, and if it works, it works, you know. I just got it maxed because just in like sometimes you do need it maxed to survive because you die that quickly. But I mean, if your team's super good, if you have better runes, you obviously don't need it maxed. I do think the second skill would be super nice to have maxed because the harmful effect rate goes up, I believe, to 100. Let me check. And I know there's a cooldown turn that you get. So let me check. Yeah, it does go up to 100, and you don't get a cooldown actually, but it does go up to 100%, which would be super nice. But I didn't happen to get it, and it still did work. But that's kind of what I gotta say about this ToA Hard team. Like I said, it can auto most of the stages in between 1 and 100. But it can't auto a few of the stages, and you saw 98 it didn't auto. 99 I didn't show you, but believe me, it can't auto, or not with my runes, it can't at least. 100 it can't do. 90 it couldn't do. I don't remember if it could do 80 or not, but basically I'm just trying to say that it's not perfect, but it does work on most of the stages. So that's kind of all I have for today's video, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to tell me in the comment section, as well as if there's anything else you want to see from me, then also mention that in the comments. But that's really all I have for today, though.